Welcome to another one of our 125th anniversary videos for B'nai Jacob Synagogue. I'm with two dear friends, Bobby and Robin Peck. Bobby was born and raised here in Charleston. Robin is of more recent vintage. We are just thrilled that we are about to celebrate our 125th, and we're talking to people to find out about what are the memories that B'nai Jacob brings home to them. So, Bobby, you were born and raised here. What are some of your earliest memories?
Well, as I watched a few of the earlier tapes, my earliest memory is in where the chapel is now, where the small chapel is now. That used to be a kindergarten room, and my class was a large class. We had a whole lot of kids in that class, but I remember playing in that room. I couldn't have been more than 4 or 5. That's my earliest memory of the shul. I don't remember the old shul at all. I think I may have been in that building one time. I think they took a tour. They brought some of the kids and we toured the old shul. I think I remember what it looked like, but obviously I was never in services there. My next memory, of course, we went to Sunday school. I think that started like when we were in the 1st or 2nd grade. I don't remember much about it until I was in the 5th grade. I had Jeanette Canner was my teacher, and I have to do a little. I love Sunday school. Hebrew school and I did not get along very well. I don't know whether I don't have an ear for languages. I just never got it. So Hebrew school and going to services was, frankly, it was painful for me. I just felt like I didn't know what they were doing. but it felt like I didn't want to be there. Now, thank God for the basketball court. I would much rather have been downstairs playing basketball or dodgeball than being upstairs in class, with one exception. I used to love Mr. Samuels when he would tell the stories of Hanukkah or Passover or anything like that. He could tell stories. I was in rapture. They were like adventure stories. And I really, really enjoyed that. But those are my, of course, I played church league basketball just like all the other kids did. But those are my early memories of going to shul.
Yeah, it's funny, the theme of basketball and that court is something that everyone seems to remember, especially those that grew up here and spent there many years.
And we're not very good at Hebrew school.
Well, we were good at basketball for a time. We had a great teams. Robin, you were more recent vintage. How many years is it? When did you come to Charleston?
16 years ago, and my first time in Charleston was for Gary Canner's bar mitzvah, and I was really taken aback by how warm and welcoming everybody was. And the thing that really surprised me is people were talking during services. I wasn't used to that. Much of my childhood was in a very strict Orthodox congregation where women and men sat separately, and it was a 2-mile walk, and the only English you heard was page 38, Ashrei. And I wasn't used to people being so friendly and welcoming. And in fact, at the reception for the bar mitzvah that evening, 3 people approached us and offered to marry us. It's my first time in Charleston. But the warmth, I never felt so welcome in a Jewish community.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, warmth is really the hallmark of our congregation. As a rabbi, of course, we want people not to be talking during services, but one of the things that we see, and I cannot get away from the touching nature of it, is people feel that the synagogue, when they walk in, it's their second home. And just like in the second home, you see someone, you come and talk to them, you greet them, and even a newcomer is welcomed, and you're brought right into that fold. B'nai Jacob, obviously, as we're counting down to the 125th, has meaning to everyone. I'm starting to get from some of your memories, but tell me, what does B'nai Jacob mean to you?
Well, it's like you said, it really was our second home. I went to elementary school at Kanawha Elementary, which was right across from the Kanawha County Board of Education. Of course, it's a parking lot now. But it was so we walked over. Of course, we played basketball. We were always there on Sundays for Sunday school. it was the center of certainly our, I think for the most part, our social life as well as our religious life. In my time, we had, as I said earlier, we had a huge number of kids. I don't think there was a bar mitzvah every weekend, but there was a lot. The year before, my year, the year after. Now in those days, it was a big deal. It was a major production. Our mothers would work in the kitchen all week long. You had to, if I remember, you had to graduate. Sometimes you did salads, sometimes you did desserts, but when you got to do the meat platters, you had graduated into an elite category of people who helped get ready for. And in those days, they had meat platters, which you rarely see anymore. I mean, literally plates filled with pastrami and corned beef and tongue. I don't know too many kids ate tongue, but it was. But our parents seemed to like this stuff. Yeah. That's what I remember. Everybody did pretty much everything like it. Well, it's not that way today. I remember that our bar mitzvah speeches, we had to write them, and we had to deliver them without notes. We had to do it. We had to memorize them. And of course, Rabbi Cooper was our editor-in-chief. I'm not so sure it was ever really our bar mitzvah speech, but that's what we did in those days. And some of the kids, if I remember, they did their bar mitzvah speech on Friday night services, the evening before. And the show was packed. I mean, it really was. Of course, there were lots of kids, lots of parents, lots of grandparents, etc. I have some really fond memories of after Sunday school. Almost everybody went over to Max's Deli over on Washington Street. And just the smell, I tease Steve Max all the time. If we could capture that smell and sort of sprinkle it through the shul about once a week, we'd be jammed. It was just, I can close my eyes and I can see his parents behind the counter, and I can see all the deli stuff in the case. It was a marvelous time.
Robin, what does B'nai Jacob mean to you?
Oh my goodness. When we first came, we had about a year to get our daughter Julie ready for her bat mitzvah.
Oh wow!
And she did such a phenomenal job. I mean, she had a Hanukkah bat mitzvah, so she had all kinds of extra stuff. And initially, I helped with Sunday school. I've taught Hebrew. We were involved with church league basketball for Julie. In fact, on Stewie Bloom's team, I think they had 2 seasons 4 seasons they were undefeated. It was amazing. Of course, they recruit the best kids. And it was just a lot of fun. So the shul has been there for us for all these joyous occasions, and the shul's been there for us when we've had more challenging times, and especially this past summer. And it's just so incredibly comforting to feel that support when you're dealing with difficult situations. So I will be eternally grateful to all our synagogue friends who have visited Bobby and helped with Shiva Minyan and like that.
What a great way to end. The synagogue or the shul's always been there for you. Bobby, we wish you a refuah shlema. We hope that you will be there for us as we celebrate 125th. It's September 27th through the 29th. Stay home for the holidays. Be here and join us for the holidays. And we hope that you'll relive some of the memories that Bobby and Robin are sharing with us today. On behalf of Bobby and Robin and myself, I want to thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.